Yeah, what's going on, my peoples? Your boy D with DeeLorri, checking in. Running late. I know my brother told y'all yesterday to arrive early is to arrive on time. To arrive on time is to arrive late. So I'm late. Just waiting for my boy JB to log in so we can start this conversation. Of course, I got the Altoids. I don't want to hurt my voice, hurt myself. Let's see. Checking in. Letting everybody know that we're about to go live. Let a couple of y'all know. We're about to get active with it. Yeah, I'll be keeping questions and all of that. Something I learned along the way. Download everything from your head down to some paper or video recording. That way, it's never lost. You know what I'm saying? It's more of a situation like that. It's never lost. If y'all should see my setup, y'all laugh at me. But I've learned to make do with what I can to make do. Feel me? Run through these questions for the homie JB. Jake, what's going on, my brother? Glad to see you here today. I'm gonna have my boy JB up in here today. Waiting for him to tap in. What's going on with you, Jake? How things by you today, brother? Yeah. Give it a quick clap right here. Jay, for some reason, it's telling me it's unable. All is well, man. What about you? Hopefully, my connects works today. Your connection works today. I feel you. I don't know. I think we're having an issue right now, my man JB, as far as JB is saying it's unable to join, saying you're unable to join. So every time I try to get you in, go live with go-getters. Hold on. It says waiting for go-getters. Okay, let's see.
There we go.
What up?
We live, man. What's going on, brother?
I'm good, Papa. How you doing? Looking good and all that. Minority. You know what? Let me not say nothing. Let me start by doing this.
Go ahead.
Let them know who you are, what you do, and where you at.
I mean, currently I'm in Jersey, man. Been here for some years now. But
Okay.
you know, we just doing this minority millionaire thing, man. You see it on the hat.
Yeah.
You see it on the shirt. You see it on the shirt.
Yes, yes, I'm
You
liking
know,
it. With the fly, yeah.
I appreciate it, brother. Likewise, man. You as well.
Appreciate
You know,
appreciate
you
you.
know,
Yeah,
it's really about us though,
yeah,
collectively. You know, it's bigger than just one person, man. It's all of us collectively, globally,
100%.
worldwide. I'm just
100%.
I'm just the idea of it. You know what I'm saying?
I got you. I got you. I got you. So let's start with this, man. Please, well, you know what? Let's start with the important stuff, man. How's the family and how's everybody doing with the situation that we're going through right now?
Man, it's stressful, you know. Um, Being kind of limited, you know, to our everyday lifestyle, what we're used to. But you know, everybody's good. Thank God, thankfully, you know, just taking it one day at a time and paying attention to, you know, what they're saying on the news and, you know, keeping up to date with, you know, everything that's changing, man. It's changing every day. Like we've never seen it, you know, moving at such a rapid pace this quickly.
Yeah,
You know, every time you turn on the news, it's a different story. You know, this is that, like, you know, and the thing is that we were never prepared for something like this. So we're kind of like catching up. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we need to pay more attention to. So something like this arises in the future, we're more prepared for it.
100%, 100%. Um, so it's just so everybody's clear, it's Minority Millionaires with a Z. So make sure you go on your IG and at Minority Millionaires with a Z at the end. Make sure you follow my family, JB. But
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Jay, let them know what they following and why should they follow.
You know, so you know, I've had many conversations with quite a few people over, you know, a certain period of time, and you know, we there's one common denominator, one common factor is there's a voice for the black, there's a voice for the white, but there's no voice for the brown.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a major issue and concern of mine, and it should be a major issue and concern of a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
So Minority Millionaires is pretty much the start of us having a voice.
Okay.
You know, you have, you know, certain people, certain celebrities who are, you know, of the brown, you know, tone and, you know, of ethnicity, you know, that look like us, talk like us, come from the same environments as us. But, you know, I don't feel like they're doing the greatest job of representing us, you know,
Okay.
speaking up for us when, you know, there's a real issue at hand.
Okay.
So it's just like, you know, somebody really has to, you know, take leadership of that and take the responsibility. And obviously they can't do it alone, but somebody has to at least spark the idea, you know what I mean, of creating some type of change. And
Gotcha.
that's, you know, I'm just here to play my part, brother. That's all.
Gotcha. You said something in that description right there that was key to me, and I want to see if we could follow up on that. You said leadership. So you're taking the lead in making sure you represent that, and it's loud and it's out. But let me ask you a question. What does leadership mean to you?
Um, Somebody leading by example, you know what I mean? Not just talking about it, but being
Mhm.
about it, you know, because you can easily tell somebody what to do, right? You know, a lot of people do who are in those positions do that. You know what I mean? They abuse that role. They abuse that title, you know, boss, owner, CEO, chairman, I mean, whatever you want to call it, right?
Mm-hmm.
They, you know, and a lot of people tend to abuse that and, you know, would rather tell somebody what to do than show them what to do. You know the saying, you know how it goes.
Absolutely.
Can you can feed somebody fish, right? You know, but at that point they're depending on you to
Yeah.
eat and to survive. You don't ever want to be in that type of situation or position.
Yeah.
You want to teach people how to fish, right? So they can feed themselves and continue on, you know, and God willing for them to allow to teach the next person and so on and so forth. So it's really a domino effect. So
Absolutely.
leadership is really to me, you know, it's really rolling up your sleeves and being willing to put the time in and the sacrifice and the commitment to really show somebody how to fish
Yeah.
rather than just telling them to do this or to do that. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of things that if there's a row of 10 people, you tell one person one thing, by the time it gets to the 10th person, it's going to be a totally different story. You feel what I'm saying? That's what happens when you only rely on communication. I'm a visual person, so I like to see it. I like to be hands-on. I have a better, I absorb knowledge in a faster way when I'm directly involved rather than reading something or rather than listening to something. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because when you listen to something, you're not going to catch everything the first time you hear it. It has to be a repetitive thing. You know what they say? What makes you a professional is 10,000 hours. So it's, the repetitiveness of what it is that you're involved in or interested in that allows
Absolutely.
you to understand it on a different level.
Copy. Yeah, it's like a lot of people want to be bosses, but not everybody can be a leader. You know
Come
what I
on,
mean?
man. I saw a meme that was like a lot of people want to be Puffy, but they don't want to work like Diddy. You understand?
I get it. It's
Come on.
it's funny.
That's
The other
real.
day when I was talking to my man Ant, I was telling him one of my biggest issues is delegation, and the reason why delegation is one of my issues, one of my biggest issues, is because I've learned to lead by example by doing. So now, what I'm actually learning right now is how to fire myself from certain positions. So like I was just saying right before you got on, I was like, yeah, I got a bunch of notes. And I
Good,
was like,
good, good,
what
good.
I've
I got them
learned,
here too. I got them here too. Believe me.
and what I've learned to do through time is I had to learn how to download them, because as things start to grow and as things start to progress, when you set up a bunch of ideas, the new idea always takes forefront. So sometimes a dope idea may not be a new idea, but you may lose it because it's sitting in the back. So I learned how, and then what it done for me is taking notes has taught me, okay, this is how I'm going to teach somebody how I do what I do and what I need them to do. But it is going to also allow me to tell them, this is what I do. If you know a way to do it better, more efficiently, more productively, let's do that. But
Let's talk about that. Right.
yeah,
Exactly.
yeah,
Let's have that
yeah,
conversation.
exactly. You know what I'm saying? No pun intended.
Word.
Exactly, man. So yeah, leadership, man. I believe is a lot of people. One of the things I see that we're doing right now in our society, man, is everything's a meme and everything's a cliche, but there's no meaning behind it. So you got like I can't me personally, I can't stand the term boss. I've never liked it. And for me, boss is always set in my mind negatively because it's always somebody looking down on you and holding you down. So I,
My bad.
even
My bad,
again,
brother. I just want to show love to everybody that's in the chat right now.
do that. Thank you for everybody stopping by too for this conversation.
Appreciate, yeah, appreciate y'all tapping in, man. For real, for real.
100%.
But go ahead, man. I didn't mean to cut you off, brother.
So so it's like I've never liked the term boss because of that. So even when I was in positions working for somebody else and I was considered what they were claiming, what's up, boss? I was like, yo, stop that. From the door, let's understand something. I'm in a position here to lead you. I'm not in a position here to tell you what to do. If I got to tell you what to do, you're not supposed to be here. You know what I'm saying? Like me
You got assets, you got liabilities, right?
in every aspect. In your investments, in your job, like me and my wife are talking about,
In your
okay, so
life.
what are we gonna do in life? Yeah. What are we gonna do when we start to hire people? And we both in agreement, the first thing we're not gonna do is we're not gonna hire employees. We're hiring teammates. Everybody, whoever comes in, what they need to understand from the door is what we're not looking for is we're not looking for somebody who just wants a job. People who just want jobs, they usually fall into the category of taking advantage of the situation,
Cool.
or they usually fall into the position of not being interested in moving the company forward. And the way we think is if we're as a team moving the company forward, everybody's moving forward. You know,
Definitely.
some people tend to think, well, you're gonna leave me behind. The
Mm.
truth is, are you leaving yourself behind, or are we leaving you behind? You know, because
Right, exactly.
yeah. Now let's get it straight. There's very few companies who think like this. Yes, a majority of people work for companies who do not care who their employees are. They don't care. Yo, Super M3, what's going on, broski?
Yeah, shout out to
So,
Super the building. Yeah.
so a lot of people fall into that. And then the funny thing is, I want to segue into this. Um, a lot of people work for people, and they get upset that the people that they work for pay no mind to them.
Mm.
I personally feel this entire situation right here, this COVID-19, this quarantine situation is a perfect example of that. If you ever wanted to do something, why are you not doing it?
There's no
Now, that
excuse.
doesn't
There's
mean,
no excuse. There's no
yeah,
excuse at this point. There's no excuse.
exactly.
Everybody has the same 24 hours, right? But even further than that, it's just like everybody's on slow motion right now. You're at the crib. What are you doing? What are you doing with your time? Now's the time. I mean, and everything's pretty much half off, or even even at a cheaper price than that, 70% off. Like there's deals galore right now. Where are
Yeah,
you looking? Everybody's online. Everybody's on the internet. Look, we're talking right now, having a conversation. You're somewhere, and I'm somewhere. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah,
we're having a conversation. So it's like, everybody's phone is in their hand. They have access, unlimited access. It's like, what
to
are you
everything.
doing? What are you doing? You're not
Yes,
taking advantage of that. You're playing yourself.
yeah,
Congratulations. You're a coward.
100%. 100%. I feel 100 on that because I'm like, and it's funny because I'm getting DMs and I'm getting emails from people like, yo, why you still got your business open? And I'm like, okay, I'm a nerd. You know this. You know what I'm saying? If you don't come out of this and don't have a new skills on, then day one. There you go. Now I'm a
For
nerd,
real.
and you
They've
know
been
this.
winning too. They've been winning. It's time for us to
Exactly.
win.
Exactly.
It's time for us to
And
win.
the thing with that is I'm always out here getting educated. I'm educating myself on an everyday basis. So I'm like, yo, if you did your homework and you're a business owner, you know that these situations are the best situations to be in, because if you can survive this, everything
Mm.
after this is 10x. You know what I'm saying? Everything after this, because if you can survive through the trenches,
Mm.
and a lot of my brothers who are on here know this, if you can survive through the trenches, yo, it's nothing but blue skies after that. In Guerrero, what's going on, baby? You know what I'm saying? And I'm not getting why. So what I want to bring on to you in that situation is how important is it to you to educate yourself in what you do, and why would you educate yourself in what you're doing, and how you're going to go about doing that?
I mean, there's multiple ways to teach yourself something, to learn something,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
You can go the traditional route. That bottom line, regardless of what way you take, what road you take, what step you take, which direction you going, they all have the same determining factor: is you have to invest in yourself.
100.
You have to invest in yourself. That's the
Yeah.
best investment you could ever make, is
Yeah.
investing in yourself.
Yeah.
Whether it's learning something, teaching yourself something, taking an online course, studying this person that is in the same field you're looking to, tap into. If you're a chef, like a close friend of mine, he's actually going to be on a TV show. This is a shameless plug, pardon me, but
Not good.
he's supposed to be on the next season of, what's that Gordon Ramsay show?
I couldn't tell you because I don't watch TV, but
Yeah,
I
I'm
know
drawing
what
a
you're
blank
talking
right
about.
now, but the next season of MasterChef, there you go. It's called
Okay.
MasterChef.
Dope. That's
He
dope.
actually, hell yeah, come on, and he's Latino, man, and he's repping, man. I blessed him with some shit, man. So, you'll see him pop up here and there, man. But that's what it's about, man. This is more of a movement than anything. It's
Mhm.
it's 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 us collectively, like I said before. It's all of us together. You know what I mean? It's really a movement, man. It's a march to. It's really us planting our flag, like we here, we been here. We just wasn't. We were getting overlooked for so long. That
Yeah.
shit has to stop. You know, it has to stop. You know what I mean? And this is the beginning of it, man. And it's not really, you know, me starting it or creating it. You know what I mean? It's us. You know what I mean? Realizing that we're more than just quote unquote minorities. Nah, man, we're so much more and bigger than that. You know what I'm saying? And if you really took the minority dollar and see how far it goes, you know, between all the countries combined globally, worldwide, our dollar is a very powerful dollar, right?
Yeah.
It's in the trillions
Yeah.
with a T,
Yeah.
trillions, right? But we're not teaching or educating our people enough about brand ownership. You know what I'm saying? Becoming the next creator of Facebook, becoming the next creator of Google, Amazon, whatever it is, right? We're
Yeah.
not educating. You know what I mean? We're stuck. Excuse me. We're stuck in this cycle, and I don't mean to get off topic or whatever, but
Now you
you know,
on topic, baby. Go ahead. Speak it.
okay, and you know, we're stuck in this cycle. You know what I mean? And it's kind of like a generational thing, right? Because if we're not led in that direction, if we're not put on, quote unquote, or if we're not taught that, then it's just like, you know, there's a large chance that it's going to repeat itself, right? There's a big percentage of it happening again, right? So it starts with one person in your family, in your bloodline, right? In your chain of command or whatever you want to call it, right? It starts with one person. That person is yourself, right? You took the initiative to start a company, to start, you know, DeeLorri Apparel, to start DeeLorri photo booths. You took the initiative, right? So it was an idea that you had. Um, so in a way, you kind of are the leader, you know, so to speak. And pardon if I'm looking around, I'm in my vehicle, so there's a lot of movement. But so
I
yeah,
got you.
so it starts with one person, you know, within a family, within a unit, within a group, to create the conversation and idea of, yo, you know what, you know, our parents growing up and their parents growing up, you know, in that in their era and that time, it was about going to school, getting an education, and then, you know, getting a job and retiring after 30 years. 30 years, 20 years, whatever it is. But
Yeah.
it's a long time.
Yeah.
Imagine if you took that same amount of time and you just applied it to something that you were really passionate about.
Yeah.
You know, thought about every single day. You know what I mean? Like I just had a conversation with somebody earlier, and you know, I was asking, you know, they was telling me that, you know, they feel like lost, like they don't even know themselves or who they are at the moment. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And it tends to happen to a lot of people. We human, so we go through a lot of the same things. We just experience it at different times. You know what I'm saying? But it's good to talk about it so we can kind of prevent or you know, prevent the next person from having to experience it the hard way, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not always good to have to learn the hard way, but you know, sometimes life, that's just how life works, right?
Yeah.
As long as you're learning, that's the key thing. As long as you're
As long
learning.
as you're moving forward, man.
But if I go through something and experience something, I'm going to tell my nieces and nephews and whoever it is, my friends, my family, or stranger, whoever it is. You know what I mean? Because I don't want to. I don't. If somebody doesn't have to go through the same thing, or if there's a better way for them to go about it, I would tell them. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Don't do this. It's not worth it. Or you know what I'm saying? Or it'll save you a lot of time, or whatever the case is. So it's really about communication. That's a very big thing. So, but communication, it starts at home. So, you know, growing up, you know, a father or a parent, you know, has to educate their children on, you know, the pitfalls of life. Don't do this. Don't hang around these type of people. You know, stay in school. You know, when we were coming up, coming from the environments and areas we come from, you know, the nerds are like they're not, you know, they're not the cool kids, and we're so caught up in being cool and keeping up with the Joneses, and you know what I mean, like, you know, stunting for the gram or whatever the case may be. It's just like, man, them nerds, they the ones running this shit right now. You know what I'm saying? They CEOs or CFOs at these top Fortune 500 companies. You know, so who's really laughing?
Yeah.
Who's really laughing at who? You know what I'm
It's
saying?
funny because when I talk to the kids, right, and they're like, nah, but you know what, OG, that's not cool. And I sit there with them and I'm like, you know what? Let's stop right there. What's in your pocket? Oh, I got some money. I ain't ask you that.
Mm.
What's in your pocket? And they be like, oh, I got a cell phone. So it's funny how you telling me what's cool,
Man, that's
but
the
everybody
world.
you think is cool has something from somebody who somebody created, and they don't care about cool.
Right.
But yet you have that, you have what they made in your pocket, so you can feel cool. Guess what? Tinker Hatfield don't care if it's cool, as long as it works right, as long as the color's right. He's not thinking about cool. He's thinking about right. He's thinking about fits your foot right. He's thinking about, and then people like Tinker Hatfield, yeah, them Jordans that you keep buying, he created them.
30 years ago, 20 years ago.
You know what I'm saying?
And
And they
jokers are
still,
still lining up.
and
Still
they
lining
still
up
functional today like
to
they
buy
are
them.
functional then. Never mind looking fly. So I be like, cool, then what really is cool? Is cool really a perception? Or is cool something that you keep passing down to your friends, but none of y'all have any idea what it is? Like, y'all keep talking cool. What's cool? I
Mm-hmm.
like, they're like, nah, you. I was like, cool ain't even on my meter. Like it ain't even on my meter.
So just to chime in on that, what is your definition of cool? What makes something cool or
Well,
somebody cool?
it is, man. Growing up from where we grew up to where we're at now, cool to me is following.
Mm.
Cool to me is somebody who really feels less about themselves and they're worried about how other people feel about them. You see what I'm saying? Because this is where cool has become.
Mm.
Cool has become a mirror of who you think you are through someone else's eyes, opposed to just sitting there and you just being stuck in you. You know what I'm saying?
Hold on, man. I gotta show my brother some love, man. My boy Nova in the building, man.
Nova, what
Follow
up,
that
Nova?
man, Nova. He up next, man. But go ahead, Bible. Yeah, drink that water, man. You know,
Absolutely.
we get a little pause with these conversations.
Yeah. So you know that's so like when I'm talking to the kids and I'm telling them things and I'm like, yo, first thing I always ask is, what do you want to be? And let me tell you something before you tell me. Don't feel you're gonna be judged, because the sad thing is you got a lot of kids in the hood talking about, yo, man, I want to be an astronaut, and you got their friends telling them, well, that's a sucker move. You need to get that money. You know what I'm saying? You got people talking like, yo, you know what? I want to be a congressman. I want to make change. That's a sucker move, man. You need to be out here and get this money. And I'm like, so when I talk to them, that's what I tell them, like, yo, there's no judgment here. What do you want to do? Now the kid is like, yo, man, I want to be the president. I said, yo, that's dope. Facts. I need
Mm.
you to write that down, though.
Right.
Like, don't just tell me. Don't think of it. I need you to write that down. Now that you wrote that down, let's write that at the top of the paper. President, real big. And I told Shorty, now I need you to start going backwards and tell me how you're going to get there and how you're going to start right now to get there. Because if anybody
Exactly.
in the hood telling you you whack for being the president, they're going to be the first ones calling you saying, yo, can you help me out in this situation?
Man, listen, you don't even need to be around those people. If they shooting down your dreams, you don't need to be around those people. You know, if they're
100.
not support, if you're doing something positive or or striving to do something positive, and people aren't supporting that, then those aren't your people. Simple as that. How can you knock somebody for trying to do something positive and wanting to change their life or the next person's life? I don't. That's something I would never understand.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? I don't knock nobody's hustle as long as you're doing something positive.
yeah,
You feel what I'm saying? I don't care what it is. Do it.
yeah. It's like, yo, it's crazy because I got friends in neighborhoods I used to chill at. And if I reach out to them, they'd be like, yo, don't even reach out to us, D. There's nothing to reach out for. Like, keep doing what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Because what you're doing has nothing to do with us as far as the stupid stuff that we're doing. So you should just keep going. You know what I'm
Hold
saying?
on,
Like, yo, don't even come back.
hold
Like,
on, bro. Yeah, hold on. I'm reading this comment, man. Soup, man. It says, "Cool is doing something your moms and God would be pleased with." I would
whew,
like to pin that and favorite that, man. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. And speaking of moms, man, tomorrow's Mother's Day, so you
yeah, we
know,
gotta get that. We gotta get that up.
one time for all the mothers out there, because we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for them. You know what I'm saying? So let's make sure we celebrate them. Not just
100%,
tomorrow, but
man. I
every
want to say
day.
my mom
Not just
passed, so I'm
tomorrow,
gonna
but
say,
every day.
Mom, love you,
But
miss
she's
you.
still here though. She's still here. You know what
100%,
I'm saying? Trust me.
100%, 100%. So now that we got some cool, now that we got some leadership, let me ask you a question, man. How do you cope with success and failure?
I mean, there is no success without failure. You understand what I'm saying? I done failed for years. But I never gave up, man. That's the determining factor right there, man. Is I never quit. You know what I mean? The minute you quit, game's over. You
Yeah.
understand? So I don't believe in it. I don't speak that. That's not in my vocabulary. I don't speak that language. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be willing to weather the storm, man. Regardless of how bad it gets. It's May and it was just snowing earlier. Like what? Come on, what? You understand?
Word.
But you gotta you gotta grow through what you go through. And if you're not growing, then you know what I mean. You really pay more attention to what it is you are doing. You know
Hmm.
what I'm saying? And make those adjustments because, like I said, it's out here for all of us to get. You know what I'm saying? Like we all have the same opportunities. The only thing that separates you and I and from everybody else is the decisions that we make. That's it. The
Yeah.
decisions that we make. Why is somebody doing life in jail right now? It was a decision that they made. You know what I'm saying? And so on and so forth. That's the only thing that separates, one person from the next. We all have the same opportunities, man. So it's just like there's really no excuse. And like we were saying earlier, with this thing that's in our hands right now, you know what I mean? We can reach anybody, anywhere, anytime, instantly, instantly.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So if we're not taking advantage of that or tapping into that, then you can't complain about, where you're at. You can't complain about, your lifestyle. You can't be complain about being broke. You can't complain about not having a job. You can't complain about nothing if you're not putting in the work. If you're
Yeah.
not
No, I
taking the
feel you. I feel
necessary
you. It's like,
steps.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, yeah, with me, man, I take them both with open arms. What I do though is I do pay more attention to my failures than my successes because due to the fact that I'm self-taught in everything that I know, I take pride in all my failures because that's like first grade, sixth grade, seventh grade. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mm.
okay, perfect example. Like with the clothing brand, we started out with the vinyl, and what I did was I copped some vinyl. I copped the vinyl cutter. I copped, me and my brother copped the heat press, copped some tees, and I just went to work. So what I did with that was a lot of people would take that and just go make money. I wanted to learn everything about vinyl. I wanted to learn everything about the vinyl cutter. I wanted to learn everything about the heat press and everything about garments. And what it wound up doing, it wound up taking me way past what people doing with some of this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like you and I take a lot of pride in every piece of fabric and in every piece of material that we use for whatever garment that we have.
Yeah, hold on,
Um,
brother. Shout out to my sister-in-law in here, man. Gotta show her love, man. My boy Ali up in here too.
there it is. Thank you for
Appreciate y'all,
everybody
man.
stopping by, man, and
Appreciate
tuning into the
y'all. Yeah, yeah,
conversation.
yeah. Appreciate y'all. Go ahead, brother.
So
Sorry about that.
no, that's cool. So, what I did was I learned from my failures. I made some shirts, vinyl done came off. Cool. All right, what do? I went out and I go to Forgotten Teachers trial and error. Yeah. So what I did was I turned everything into a class, man. And in class I learned the most when I didn't get what I wanted. You know what I'm saying? Like if I
Mm.
stood in my math class and I was like, I ain't get 100, I was like, I ain't get 100. All right, cool. I need to fall back and see what the situation is. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah, that
so right
92,
now,
that 92 wasn't cutting it, right?
nah, wasn't coming for me. Hell no, wasn't coming for me. And what it did is now like we get in certain situations and there's a W. A lot of people, what they do with the W is, and we're gonna talk NBA right here. What they do with the W is they celebrate all summer. They celebrate all summer.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah. They have every right to.
Yeah, I celebrate that weekend.
Mm. And then it's
And
back to
then I go
work.
right back into training because I need another W.
That's what separates the goods from the greats.
Yeah. You know what
That
I'm saying?
work
And
ethic.
yeah,
That work
and
ethic.
I think right now with IG and Facebook and all of that, I think too many people pay attention to celebrating. Too many people celebrating too often. Yo, there's nothing wrong with celebrating. You are supposed to celebrate your W, but the fact that you celebrate for an extensive amount of time. Like you got people who like, yo, I know dudes who make a ton of money doing what they do, but they spend all their money celebrating that win. And they're like,
Right.
yo, D, why are you celebrating? Because I just took that whole W and I reinvested that back into advertising.
There you go.
I could go cop the whip. I could go cop this, but I'd rather cop a big fat 3-month advertising budget and watch that turn into 2x and 3x and 4x. You know what I'm saying? So what I do is I'm celebrating every day, but I don't need to celebrate in front of the camera. So me personally, I fall back on the F's. I take that failures, and I'm sitting there like, okay. They're like, yo, how's that a failure? You just won. Nah, it ain't. And it's not that I'm greedy, or it's not that I'm never satisfied. But if yo, you reach the top of the mountain, that's dope. But guess what? When you look to your left, there's a bigger mountain. You gonna sit here, or we gonna go over there and win that one too?
Right.
You know what I'm
We're gonna
saying?
go back to back. We're gonna go back to back on them. We're gonna three-peat on them. You know what I'm saying? One's not enough. One is close enough.
And it's yeah, man. It's like yo, I want to keep winning. I don't even want to celebrate. I just want to keep winning because that means the concept, the thought, the execution won. So now let's get back to the concept again. You know what I'm saying?
But like we ain't even win a championship. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You know, and there's a line in one of Nipsey's songs, man, and you know he was definitely an intelligent brother ahead of his time, and you know he was one of those ones, man, that really knew his purpose, man. So you know every day, you know, the marathon continues, right? But he was like I forgot which song it's on, but it's on his Victory Lap album where he's like, you know, they're making progress, but they're not really celebrating those progress. You know what I mean? Those accolades because they understand that this is just for the moment. You know what I mean? But moments come and go. It's about what's next.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's an ongoing thing, man. This shit don't stop, man. It's like time. You know, it's not about, oh, I made this much amount, you know, this amount this day, or this happened, I got this diploma, I got this certification, I got this car, I got this crib. That's cool, but you know what comes after that? And it's not even about getting there. It's not even about getting it. It's about maintaining it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You see all these, you know, sports athletes, you know, within 2 years after retirement, they're broke. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's not about getting it. It's about maintaining it. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm about. You know, I don't want to reach the mountain. I don't want to reach the mountaintop just to fall right off that shit.
Yeah.
When I reach the mountaintop, I'm pulling the next person up right after me, and so on and so forth, and so on and so forth. You know what I'm saying? I'm throwing that ladder down. You know what I'm saying? Because the view is much better at the top. But you know what I mean? It don't mean anything if you're there by yourself.
Yeah.
So I want to see everybody win. I want to see you win. Everybody who's tapped in right now. I want to see you guys win. You know what I mean? But you gotta want it for yourself, and that's the thing. You know, you could lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink, right? So, you know, we can give you all the game in the world. Matter of fact, all the game in the world is already out there. You know what I'm saying? Search for it, find it, discover it. You know what I'm saying? And do something with it. That's the most important thing is do something with it. Is no use of having something if you're not taking advantage of what you have.
Yeah, if you don't plant the seed, not only is it not gonna grow, what's gonna grow?
Nothing.
You know what I'm saying? Like I've never gotten that, man. And you know this, like, you know, I used to sit in the studio making beats. Somebody be like, yo, what is that? I would have them stand next to me and teach them. Other people would be like, why are you teaching them? Yo, I could teach you everything that I know. But if you don't have the drive, you don't have the will,
you can't teach
what I
nobody
taught
that.
you means nothing.
That's something that's unteachable. You can't teach nobody that. It's something that has to come from within. They gotta have that Mamba mentality, so to speak. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Kobe Bryant, man. But you gotta have that killer instinct like Michael Jordan. That's what made them so great. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Is that, you know, it's just that whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? but you know it's there because you can see it in their actions. You can see it in their, you know, their movements. It's like that's
Yeah,
something that comes from within.
absolutely. It's like I don't get it. Like I don't get why people hold the information, bro. I'm like, yo, that what sense like that never triggered like it never I never understood that. I mean, of course, I never understood it because that's not how I am. And
Right.
and that's one thing that I've learned. Like once me and my man was having a conversation, and he was like, "Yo, I don't get 45. I'm not gonna mention his name because he shouldn't be getting no promo." But he was like, "Yo, I don't get 45," and it triggered on me. I was like, "Yo, you don't get 45 because you don't think like 45. That's not how your mind works.
Right. Exactly.
You know what I mean?" So it's like I don't get like how somebody can start a clothing brand and hone in on their craft and get all this information. And then when your man is like, yo, I want to do that. I want to do something like that. And you like, well, go figure it out. I don't get that.
That's not your man.
Like
If your
how
man
y'all
just
not
giving you
sitting
the
down?
cold shoulder, yeah, if your man just giving you the cold shoulder like that, like, you know what I'm saying? Nah, that's not your man because
Yeah.
you know, somebody who really was concerned about your well-being and, you know, wanting to help you, they would tell you what it is. You know what I'm saying? Yo, this is what I did. You know what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, here, do this so you don't have to do that. You know what I'm saying? Speed up the process. So if somebody's just, you know, leaving you in the dark on certain things and withholding information, then fuck those people, man. For real.
yo, nothing else to say on that. Be say less. 100%. Like they shouldn't be there. Like
At all.
that. Now you need to question yourself. Now you need to be like, why are you so close to me that you answered? Like I don't get it. You know what I'm saying? Like okay, then I just lost your number. You know what I mean? Like,
Pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
yeah.
And you know, going back to what we're saying, you know, so many people think the grass is green on the other side, right? Until they get there and realize it's not what it's cracked up to be. You know, the grass is greener wherever you water it. You understand what I'm saying? The
Wherever
grass
you
is
water it.
greener right where you at.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, the hardest thing to see is what's right in front of you, right? So many people are distracted by so many things that surround them, and they fail to understand and realize what's in front of them. You know what I'm saying? That's the problem, and that tends to be the hardest thing for people to see is what's directly in front of them. And you know, you can't explain something like that. You know what I mean? It happens to us all.
Yeah. It's like with me, and I know you know this, man, but with me, I never see competition. Like competition,
Unless, listen, I only see it when I'm looking in the mirror. I want to be better than I was yesterday. But go ahead.
yeah, exactly. Like in the mirror. Like I never got that. Like one, I don't understand how your team could be competition. Like that never triggered me. And on top of that, I never saw anybody who I respect and look at. You know, like for instance, I respect what the hundreds do with their clothes. I respect what Kip is doing, what Jerry Lorenzo's doing over at Fear God. I respect what they do. They not my competition though. You know what I'm saying? Like people are, oh damn man, but they no. I see what they do. I respect what they do. I'm watching them, but I always understand. Like nobody can ever be. Your variables are not somebody else's variables.
Right.
If you start your business where you started, there's no other person who has 100% of the variables that you have. You may have 100 mil sitting in the bank and you starting with that.
I need
This
that.
person
Where's
had
that
nothing.
100 mil? I need that. I need that. We need that. Come on now, 50-50. Let's break that down. But go
Word,
ahead.
exactly. You know what I mean? So like when I see competition, bro, I'm like, that's not competition. I see somebody doing their thing. Either I respect what they're doing, or I'm like, I can't really mess with it. And as far as people standing next to me, I'm like, I've never. That's not competition. That's motivation.
There you go.
You know what I mean? It's motivation. It may
See,
be
now you
motivation for
talking
me
my
to either.
language.
It may
Now you
be
talking my language.
motivation for me to either push them or to receive the hand that they reaching out with.
Facts.
You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
But as far as sitting there and be like, yo, hey yo, man, my man JB just sold like 150 hoodies. Fuck that, I need to do that shit too. Nah,
Listen,
my
I'm a,
mind is
I'm a,
like, how can I get him to 250?
how
You
can we
did?
double that, right? How can we
Yeah.
double that?
Like
You know what
nigga,
I'm saying?
you got your own clothing brand. Now I need to get him to 250. He need to get to 250. I need all of y'all to follow him and go get him to 250. You know what I'm saying? So,
And
and I
that's
don't
what it's
understand why people
about,
don't do that.
right? Man, listen, whatever I know that works and that I was able to be successful at, or that I've known somebody else that did something that they were successful at, man, and if you're interested in that, shit, I'm gonna connect y'all. You know what I'm saying? Or I'm gonna, explain what I know and try to, get as much information about it as I can. If we're not helping each other, bro, seriously, like, and this goes for anybody, you know what I'm saying? I don't care who it is. If we're not really an asset to each other, then, you know what I'm saying? I'm on some high and by shit, bro. Like, time is valuable. You know why? Because our time is limited. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And as the older we get, the more time it becomes more valuable. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just seen somebody today in the music industry, 59 years old, unexpectedly, Andre Harrell,
Yeah.
got passed away
Yeah.
one day to the next. Tomorrow's not promised for any of us, so stop bullshitting.
100.
Truthfully, if there's anything I could tell anybody, any game I could give them, is stop bullshitting with yourself, man. Stop bullshitting. You don't have the luxury to do that. People think they're
No.
gonna live to 100 years old. Everybody has a different day they were born, and we all have a different day we're not gonna be here anymore. You know what I'm saying? So, what are you doing with the time that, you've been granted while you're here, man? You can't be bullshitting. You know what I'm saying? So, and you gotta cherish every moment, man. For real. You gotta cherish every day, every minute, every opportunity. You can't take people's time for granted. Yeah, the pandemic. Oh, let's not even get started with that, man. It's crazy. We in crazy times right now. So you really understand, like, our freedoms could be taken away at the snap of a finger. Life could change at the snap of a finger. We don't have no time to be playing around, bro. We
Nah.
don't have no time to be playing around.
Nah. It's crazy because I was just telling somebody, feel me on this, because I know somebody gonna feel me on this. I was just telling somebody literally 45 minutes ago, why are we still talking about this? Let's just do it. Like,
Like Nike. They say
let's
that
just
for a
do it.
reason. That's their motto for a reason.
Yeah, and it's funny because when I was talking to my attorney, I was telling him,
I'm mad I missed that conversation, bro. To be honest with you, I hope you could upload it. That conversation with your attorney. If
yo,
you
man, I'm
can,
trying to
please.
find it. I think Instagram. But we're gonna because he texted me. He was like, yo, we need to do it again. So when we was talking, I was telling him, I was like, yo, I always and because you inside my inner circle, I always go to my inner circle and be like, yo, here's the idea, let's do it. But what I never do, and sometimes y'all get mad at me, what I never do is I never wait for your answer. The
Mm.
reason why I never wait for your answer is because the day I can say on March 1st, hey, yo, let's do this. And then on March 20th, hey, yo, that's a good idea. Let's talk about it. I'm already like, nah, I already created the QR code. I already created this. I already created the website. I did that. We're moving. And
I
it's never
like
a
that.
situation.
We gotta talk more about that QR code shit, man. Cause I'm waiting on those tags too. Any idea, any update on those? On those
They ain't
name
come in
tags?
yet?
Nah, man, I need those, man. Website launching tomorrow too. So yeah, everybody, man. Website launching tomorrow, Mother's Day, man. So it's even more important. That it has even more. I have even more of a connection of tomorrow's date, 5/10/20. So just so you know, tomorrow's date is 5/10/20, which is crazy by itself, right? I'm in the numbers numerology, so that's a whole nother thing. But the fact that it's also Mother's Day,
Yep.
come on, that's a blessing. Yeah, that's a blessing. So we launching officially
100%.
tomorrow, Minority Millionaires with a Z.com. We finalizing it. It's been a long journey, brother. Let me tell you, a lot of sacrifice, a lot of committing, a lot of long nights, a lot of sleepless nights, a lot of money invested, time invested. But I'd rather do that for myself than, what I mean, go have to punch a clock for somebody who don't even, what I'm saying, who could tell me, yo, we don't need you no more. Then what?
Now you got to, man. You got to invest in yourself, man. You got to, man. And too many, yo, one for one is not enough. Not enough of us doing that. You know what I'm saying? There's not enough of us doing that. Two, we have to do it because now we got to start inspiring them that they can do it. You know what I'm saying? There's not enough businesses, man. Some people say, oh, well, everybody can't be a business owner. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. There's
Man,
there's
listen,
too
I
much
don't
money
listen.
out here.
What? Come on, man. I can't. What? I don't. Nah. I can't. Nah. I can't have a conversation with somebody who doesn't believe in himself. How you not believe in yourself? You don't need anybody else to believe in you, because a lot of people are going to disappoint you if you put your faith and belief in other people.
Yeah,
As long as you
yeah,
believe in yourself, man, you'll be all right. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
You gotta have faith. You gotta believe in something. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's just you. You know what I'm saying? So when I started what I'm doing now, just like, I didn't really tell too many people about it, because, you don't ever want to count your eggs before they hatch, right? So this is something I truly believed in, and I wanted it to really come to life and come into fruition so bad. I didn't tell anybody. I kept it
Mm-hmm.
to myself. The only people that really knew about, excuse me, that really knew about it was like immediate family and the people that I had to outsource some of this, production to. But other than that, man, it's like everything is top secret, because
Yeah.
this is something that I truly believe in, and this is something that I really want to see happen, and it is happening. And starting tomorrow is the start of a new chapter, man, officially. So I'm excited. But getting back to my point, man, is you have to believe in yourself, man. You have to believe in yourself, and then
Got
once you
to.
believe in yourself, you know, find out what your passion is, and then invest in yourself.
And like the thing with that, man, too, is a lot of people believe I actually while you at yo, it said it. I'll talk to you about that later.
Is that me? Talking
Yeah,
about me?
I'm gonna talk to you about the things later. So
Okay.
so it's funny because even again in the conversation when my boy in, he was like, "Yo, how'd you start the companies?" Just he goes, "I know how you started the company, but I want you to put that out. Like, how'd you start the companies?" I was like, "With no money," and he was
Mm.
like, "Why?" I was like, "One, me personally, I don't ever take money out my crib for anything that I do. Like, I don't, some people take their rent money and go buy a couple of bottles at the club.
Come.
I don't even take like I
And
won't
then
take
get
that
evicted
money.
the next month. And then they get evicted the next month, right? Come
Exactly.
on.
Like
Come
I won't
on,
even
man.
take that and
Goofy.
invest it in another property. You know what I'm saying? My whole thing is like this is the crib. Boom. How can we come over here and get something else and turn that into something? What do we have to do over here to make that stuff happen?
Right,
You know what I'm
right,
saying?
right, right, right. Yep.
And so we literally started our companies with sweat equity. You know what I'm saying? Like we really sat there like, okay, well we got credit.
There you
Let's
go.
go put that into something and
Let's go
let's
put
make
that to
that make
work.
something
There
that'll
you
pay
go.
back the credit, raise the credit, and you know what I'm saying? And then we could take this and keep reinvesting this.
Right,
Home is good.
right.
That's not even in the equation. You know what I'm saying? He said that's
It's
called
called
structured growth.
right, 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 right.
You know, and
Hilarious.
and so what I'm saying by that is you got a lot of people that sit there and they be like, yo, I don't have money, man. I can't start a business. I don't have credit. I can't start a business. Okay. You already answered the question, so why are we talking?
Man,
Either you want to do it or you don't want to do
they blocking their blessings thinking like that, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you know if you're not really doing the research and asking the right questions, or
it.
going out there and finding the answer? I mean, come on. It's a shame, man. A lot of people, there's a lot of people with all the talent in the world but lack the work ethic. You know what I'm saying? They
Yeah.
think it's just gonna fall in their lap. Mm, That's never the case. I wish it
And
was. I wish it was that easy. I wish it happened like that. But that's
yeah.
not reality, bro. We have to go out there and really apply ourselves and really be willing to put in years of what you just said, sweat equity. I've put years. I mean, I'm sure you have too. A lot of us. It takes years of work, sacrifice, risk, being willing to failure, years of failure. It takes years of failure to
Years of
become
lessons.
successful. To become successful.
Yep.
Absolutely. So if you're not
Years of
willing to
lessons.
fail time and time and time and time again, over and over and over and over, if you're gonna cry about it, if you're gonna, lose focus, if you're gonna, lose faith because of, one bad day, or not reaching one goal, or, not having, enough money, or, the right relationship, or partner, or whatever it is, then you're not cut out for success.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? How
Yeah,
long? How many years? How many years did Michael Jordan go without winning the championship before he won his first championship?
and I mean, you can even go further than that, man. How many shots did he miss? How many games did he lose? How many turnovers did he have? You know what I'm saying? It's
Thousands,
like,
thousands, thousands.
yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's how you take everything, man. Like it's funny, man, because the other day I was thinking, I'm like, yo, man, what are we gonna do? How are we gonna continue? You know, like just thinking about tomorrow and all the things, man. But thinking about tomorrow had me thinking about yesterday.
Mm.
And I'm like, yo, I'm crazy invested. The other day, man, I really set back me and I was like, you know what? I was really proud of myself and the life I lived so far, man, because I've done things, man, that I really sat there and I said, yo, I was born in the Bronx, man. I was born to two Puerto Rican parents who moved here from
Boogie
PR.
down.
Like
Right.
all the shit that I've accomplished, I'm like, yo, man, thank you. Like I ended that whole thing. I was like, yo, thank you, man, because you know what? How many dudes you know in Air Force Ones and a snapback consulting Wall Street executives?
Mm.
You know what I mean? How many people sitting with Strawberry talking about, nah, this is how you need to market this movie? The movie that you did. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, yo, man, I really had no idea where I was going to go in my life. All I knew was hustle. All I knew was hustle.
Come on,
And I'm
look at your
sitting there
hat.
saying,
Look at your hat.
hey, BX,
Show him the hat
I'm,
real quick. You know, put your head down real quick. We get a better look at that.
hey,
There you
hey,
go.
hey, hey,
I
Anderson
hustle.
3D, Anderson 3D.
I hustle.
So
Yeah,
that means the
man.
hustle come
Wear
at
that
you.
hat proudly, brother. That hat means something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You know, I mean, I was like, yo, I managed an international cyclist.
Mm.
I managed the first Puerto Rican NASCAR driver. I'm sitting there, bro, and I'm like,
And nobody knows that.
and nobody knows it. No,
Because
like,
we're
yo,
not the
word is
type to
born.
really speak
This is
on
probably the
everything
first
like
time I
that. You know
said
what I'm
that
saying?
during in public, B.
Look at that. And I
You know
would
what I'm
have never
saying?
knew.
But it really goes to like, you know what? Sometimes, and that goes to like when I hustle, my head is down. I'm not there for the parties. You know what I'm saying? I'm not there for the parties. I'm there for like, yo, we did that. That's what's up. High five. All right. Oh, y'all going to the club? Cool, because I'm going back to the office and I'm writing down the plan for the next thing.
Right.
Like, all right, cool. We got that dollar amount we wanted? Cool. How do we stretch that? All right, I'm gonna see y'all. Yo, matter of fact, pop a couple bottles for me. I'm gonna be over here with some Chinese food that I just made and I'm gonna get the vent.
Right.
You dig? And it's like a lot of people, man. What I wish to do, man. One of the things that I wish to do is to take all that energy and all that experience and all that knowledge that I've acquired through the years, and I want to pass it down. You know what I'm saying? But I really want to pass. Like it's always there and available to all my brothers, but I really want to pass it down to those kids I don't know.
Mm.
I really want to go into the inner city, man, and talk to these kids like, yo, I'm right here. He's right there. Oh, you don't know? No, we know. Because anything that
Been
you
there,
could
done that.
possibly ever
Right.
want from the streets, that's been acquired and done and happened.
Exactly.
And all the successes in our lives have nothing to do with that. So now let's really have this conversation.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And yeah, man. Like that's personally, like those are some of my goals, man. Those are some of the things that I'd like to. That's where I'm at. I'm at some like, you know what? We acquiring, we're growing, we're elevating, but now the whole mission is to give back.
That's dope, man, and that's something in the same along the same vein of where I see, you know, Minority Millionaires going too, man. Is I definitely want to have some type of nonprofit sector of this whole thing,
Mm-hmm.
you know, for inner city youth, you know, troubled teens, you know, that come from broken homes. I want to be able to do um some type of, you know, back to school. I mean, who knows what's going, you know, what's going to happen moving forward, because, you know, I'm reading things where, you know, Governor Cuomo and Bill Gates you know, having meetings about possibly really um moving forward with some type of remote schooling as the
Yo,
new
JB,
norm,
I'm sorry to
as the
interrupt you,
new
brother.
norm. Good.
We got 30 seconds. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna end this,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna come right back, and then we just continue.
All right. Sounds good, brother.
All right, because it's telling me we got 10 seconds.
Now go ahead. Do your thing.
All right, Papa.
We'll circle back. All right.
JB.
Yo, we back, man. We back. Part two. Part two. Episode 2.
Exactly.
We
Big bro,
here.
still
We
here
here.
having a conversation with my people's JB.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, it's like you know what I
Scorsese
want
on the
to.
check-in. Scorsese on the check-in. What up?
There he is.
Go ahead. My bad, brother.
So what we were talking about, actually, when we left off, we was talking about philanthropy, and you wanna make that another sector of minority millionaires, giving back.
Yeah. So that's, something now that I'm considering and, we'll be looking into, you know what I mean? Once I have, a few more conversations in regards, I just really, the main thing is really getting started, getting the word out there, creating the brand awareness and, what it is and what it's about, and then we'll just continue to build upon it and just, continue pushing it forward. But yeah, philanthropy is definitely, a main interest of mine, because I come from, those type of environments. I know what it's like to be without, you know what I mean? Experiencing winter, with no heat, you know what I'm saying? And taking cold showers. Yo, man, listen, we done been through it all, you understand? But, like I said, you got to grow through what you go through, right? So going
Yeah,
through all, there's something I always say is like, when you have nothing, you appreciate everything.
anything.
When you have nothing, you appreciate everything, right? So, I know what that's like. I've been there. And
Mm-hmm.
It's not a good feeling. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
and the
And
one thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, the whole thing with mental health, that's becoming, that's getting a lot of light, shed upon it, more than ever, man. It's becoming more of a thing, right? You know what I mean? So, everybody handles it differently. Pressure could bust a pipe or make a diamond. You know what I mean? The choice is yours. And if you look at this what does it resemble?
Yeah, that
We
diamond.
creating diamonds. We creating diamonds over here on this side. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So, we handle it and approach it in a different tone, in a different manner. But it's just like I really want to be able to, assist others, that come from them same type of backgrounds and, those same type of environments. You know what I'm saying? Because we all need somebody. You know what I'm saying?
Everything.
And off, being that we going live. This is my first live, by the way. Never done this shit before. I've jumped in a few other people's lives, but this is my first time really going live myself. So I'm enjoying this and enjoying this conversation. But aside from this is what we do on a regular basis, right? So I'm only saying that because off of social media, I look at you as somebody who kind of like feels that, that title or that quote unquote mentor, right? So when we have
Appreciate it.
conversations, man, trust me, I'm jotting shit down. I'm paying attention. That's why I'm asking all the questions, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm eager to learn, and I see what you're doing. And if there's anything I can assist you with, bro, I'm here. You know what I'm saying? And it's about pushing each other and, and you know what they say, steel sharpens steel, right?
100.
Iron sharpens iron or whatever the case is. So, I'm asking 1,000,001 questions. So don't mind me, man. I'm just,
Nah.
eager to learn and apply it to what I'm doing.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't ever mind it because that's actually the purpose for me, man. Like, I mean, like I tell a lot of people, man, I don't know it all, but I've been through a lot. I don't know it all, but whatever
Right,
I know is always there for whoever needs.
right,
The
right.
day that I actually resigned from my job, actually I resigned from my job mentally first before I physically did it.
Of course.
But
That's how it starts.
the day I did that, I sat down and I was like, I know a lot of shit, but I understood what I didn't know.
Mm,
And the fact that I understood what I didn't know, that told me it's time to go. Because I said, I know all of this stuff here. I've done that. That's experience. I know that. Like I can write that down. That's a book. I can write that. It happened. All of this that I haven't experienced, what I realized that the growth in that was I knew who knew those things. So when I learned who my network was, that's when I was like, it's time to go. So even when you call, or you hit me up in any DM, text, whatever, and you asking a question, I answer it the way I know how to answer it.
Right.
If I don't know how to answer it, I'm on the phone calling my people.
There you go.
Hey, yo, my man
Somebody
just
knows something.
he just said boom, boom, boom. Oh, you know what, D? Tell him this, and that. Copy.
Right,
You know
right,
what
right,
I'm
right.
saying? And it's dope as hell to one, it's always a great feeling for me, and it's funny because I don't know how to take compliments. The reason why I don't know how to take compliments, a lot of people tell me I need to take compliments better. I always say thank you, I always say I'm appreciative, I always, it's always love. But my thing is, I don't do anything for an accomplishment. I do it because it's supposed to be done.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And a
Exactly.
lot of people don't get like a lot of people do it, like you said before, or they do it for the gram, or they do it for the, and I'm like, I said this before in the other interview. When we did the Purpose t-shirt drop, the purpose of that shirt, pun intended, was to give 10% of the proceeds to the homeless shelter.
Right.
My
Dope.
dilemma
You want to
was,
plug, the name of the homeless shelter? You want to plug them real quick?
the Hoboken homeless shelter.
There you go.
So,
Come on, man. That's a good deed, brother. Appreciate it. I salute
appreciate
that,
it.
man. That's a good deed, bro.
Thank you, my brother. I appreciate that, baby. My dilemma in the situation was, I'm supposed to show you that I did it as proof that I did it, but I have an issue videotaping it because I'm not doing it for the likes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I was grateful that the people who bought the shirts, they didn't even want the confirmation. They believed in the brand so much, and I guess the story that we're telling with the marketing and the advertising is in the right place, that they were like, nah, we know you did it. And I was grateful for that because one of the people who bought, I knew personally.
Right.
Everybody else is from around the country. So I was like, okay, I told my wife, I guess the story we're telling is getting through. Because I don't want to walk into the Hoboken homeless shelter with my video camera out handing a check.
Nah, hell no. That's corny.
You know what I'm saying? And the unfortunate thing is, eventually it's going to have to come to that, because when we're doing numbers like 15,000 t-shirts on one drop, you're going to have 14,000 people saying, I don't believe you. I think you pocketed the money.
Right.
So it's going to come to a point sometime where we're going to have to be like, hey, yeah, this is proof, so I don't hear nobody saying anything. Boom. But it's important for me to tell people that that's not the purpose. You know what I mean? So when somebody, like when you call or my brother call or somebody call, I sit there truthfully in my own, and I'm sitting in my head, that's what's up. I actually did something in my life that impacted somebody else to the point that they want to ask me for advice. That's the fucking W. You did?
Right.
Like, so I'm grateful that people such as yourself and my bro and others reach out to me, because all I want to do, man, like, I love studying, man. I love studying, and I love the struggle. You know what I mean? That doesn't mean I don't want to take DeeLorri to a $10 million, $15 million company. That means I'm going to really enjoy the process from now to then.
Man, you said something that really stuck out to me, man, and you said that you love the struggle, right? You love the struggle. You have to embrace it. There's no way around it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You gotta be willing to experience the rain to enjoy the sunshine. You understand?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just part of it. There's no way around it. You know what I'm saying? And the faster you can understand and accept that, I mean, the easier it's gonna be.
Yeah, the problem with that, man, is social media taught a lot of people to only show the sunshine. That's it. And it's
That's the
sad
thing.
because
That's the thing.
you got a lot of people who are hurting, and nobody knows because social media says that they smiling.
Right.
You know,
Right. It looks good, right?
it
It
look
looks
good.
good.
It
And
look
that's the
good.
thing. Everybody expects to go 0 to 100. You know, failing to realize and understand that there's 99 numbers in between that, right? So, you know, you gotta really trust the process and enjoy the journey, because it
Yeah.
don't happen from one day to the next. It don't happen overnight. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of shit you have to endure and go through. It's really a process, but through it all, man, you can't lose your purpose. You cannot lose, you know, the reasoning of why you started DeeLorri Apparel, why I started Minority Millionaires, why Bill Gates started Microsoft, why Steve Jobs started Apple, why Phil Knight started Nike, and you know, the list goes on. But you
Mhm.
cannot lose focus of the mission.
No.
No matter what happens, what goes on, you know, life is a series of unfortunate events. You know what I'm saying? One right after another.
Yeah.
You know, if you get discouraged easily, man, it's just like there's a good chance where, you know, your plan is gonna fail.
Yo, man, it's you said something. I wanted to grow to continue on, right? But right now I'm doing the research for something
Okay.
because um there's a lot of things that people don't know, and I love to talk about this type of stuff
Yeah.
because it's like I'm actually trying to look at, okay. So you said you mentioned Nike, you mentioned Microsoft. These are the things that I like to do. Like this, I guess I don't want to say my hobby, but these are my joys, man.
Right.
Like
Okay.
I always dig extra deep into everything because everything isn't always what it seems. For instance, a lot of people don't know that Onitsuka, who owns
Asics. Wow.
Asics was one of the original manufacturers of Nike.
Look at that. I didn't even know that.
So when Nike first started making running sneakers, Onitsuka was the ones who were manufacturing it. And they were the first ones to allow Nike to put their sneakers in the, like Phil Knight used to make money selling Onitsuka for
Hmm.
Nike.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And it's funny how um, Apple and Microsoft, I don't know if you remember, but computers back in the days, you had to tell the computer what to do. You had to
Now the
sit there and
computer's
be
telling
like,
you what to do, right?
yeah, you had to sit there and write a code in order for the computer. Like if you wanted to put a floppy disk in the computer, you had to be like Q hyphen
Oh
load.
man, I remember that. Right.
Okay. When it switched over from that to operating systems, a lot of people don't know that Bill Gates and Steve Jobs ain't like each other. Nobody knew why. The reason why is because Xerox, a copy company, made an operating system for their copiers that was touchscreen.
Mm.
Now, people that said Steve Jobs and Bill Gates don't like each other because of an operating system that a copier company made because they wanted the rights to it.
Look at that.
So I'm saying that they had a touchscreen operating system in the late 70s. You dig? So
Right.
it's
Talk
like,
about
like
ahead of his time. In the
yeah,
70s? That's crazy.
late 70s. You know what I'm saying? And I learned about that. And it's crazy because like another fact, just on some like, since we're throwing shit out there, Airbnb started out, the owners of Airbnb started out because they needed to pay their rent and they had an extra room in their spot. So they bought air beds and were renting the room in their place to pay their rent. Their
Now look at
idea
it.
for, their idea for Airbnb was to basically sell air beds so people could take them and sleep in somebody's house with them. Never
Mm.
worked. Never worked. And what happened was they switched over when Obama was going to be elected in '08, when he was going for an election. They were taking cereal boxes redesigning the front of the cereal boxes like this, just like Cheerios. Cheerios was Obama O's.
Really?
They sold so many cereal boxes, they took that money and threw it right back in and created Airbnb on the application.
Wow.
So I'm saying all of that because a lot of people don't realize that, and this is something my attorney and I were talking about big time, the term pivot. A lot of people don't know how important it is in a business to pivot. Just because you have an amazing idea and you have an amazing drive doesn't mean that the market is either ready or wants what you're doing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So the market, just because you have an amazing product doesn't mean the market wants it. So what do? Do you stop and run away, or do you pivot? A pivot is basically saying, I'm going to change up for a little bit. I'm going to find my lane, and then I'm going to run with it. You know what I'm saying? With us, for instance, I just wanted to make fly tees and fly hoodies and fly jackets, fly hats. I like rocking stuff.
No,
So why not make what I like?
Exactly.
And the pivot came in. I sat down and said, okay, but now you sound like everybody else. But I'm not everybody else, and I've never been like everybody else. So when I started doing my research more and more into the business, and I started realizing sustainability, and I started realizing how bad the garment industry is for Earth, and how the garment and textile industry is the second largest polluter in the world besides oil.
Yeah.
I said for myself, I'm going to align myself with companies who are in a situation, to better the world through sustainability. Some people like, yo, but that should take too much money to do. And I'm like, look, and I started the fucking company with nothing.
Exactly.
Why not just keep going? You know what I'm saying? Like, why not just keep going? Right, and what I do is now I'm educating consumers. I'm educating other business owners and letting them know these things, because these things, one, not only help our business, but what a lot of people don't know is sustainability is the future. Like right now, you got Gen Z and you got millennials. I mean, Gen Z and millennials only wanting to align themselves with companies who have a meaning. So a lot of companies are like, wait. You don't want to buy the stuff no more because it's not sustainable? Cool. I'm going to go get some sustainable teas.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, for me, because, yo, kid, I got a list. Like, I'm telling you, there's a show on Netflix you need to watch. It's called Abstract. Now, this is just the person I am. The show is specifically about designers.
Okay.
But designer, like every architects, bio fashion, bio architecture, sneaker designers, car designers, so painters, people who do typography, like the text and all of that stuff that we do. So I dug in. I don't watch TV. You know this. I watched 2 seasons in 2 weeks because I made it my responsibility every day to watch one of these episodes, because it actually furthered my design.
What's it called again?
Abstract.
Abstract. Got you.
I'm on it. Like it's teaching me how certain letters are designed and why. Like, it's crazy, kid. Like, I was bugging out when I saw this, the letter T. When they designed the letter T looks like you could take the top and go like this, and they're the same size. But the fact is, it's not. When you take the top and you do this, the top is a little smaller on purpose, because that way, because that's how it fits into the text. I was like, yo, like I'm into graffiti, so I've always struggled with the S. And typography people, typography professionals, what they do is they say the middle part of the S is always the fattest. And the top part of the S is never aligned with the bottom. It's always in. They're like, but you can't see it. Your eye doesn't perceive it until you turn it upside down.
Yeah,
I was
crazy.
like, yo, bro, now text on the shirts, bro, it's gonna be a whole new thing, B.
Yeah, that's crazy. Like how people look into things that deep, you know what I mean, and break it down to science. It's just like, man, it's
Yeah,
perspective. It's
yeah,
perspective. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. Like I'm looking at companies right now. I'm looking for some manufacturers right now who are willing to take plastic and break the fabric, the fiber of the fabric down so thin that they can make polyester shirts with it. But it's wearable. Like right now, yo, there's athletes who tell Nike, do not make any more of my shoes unless they're 100% sustainable.
Mm.
So you got Adidas coming out and Nike's coming out that are made strictly of plastic or sustainable products that can be, but nothing that's gonna sit around. Like I'm like, yo, that's dope.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But there's so much to do, man. And what I learned designing, man, is and with the brand is you got to do the homework. But I told my wife, I was like, yo, we always go to museums. Like we just do that. Like one thing my wife has put me on to and our kids on is culture. That side of the culture. I know the graffiti, I know the breakdance, and I know music.
Mm-hmm.
But she's teaching me why Picasso did what he did. And what I did, man, is now the other day I was like, yo, I don't care. Every week we're going to a different museum.
That's dope.
Like
That's dope. There's
I
so
need
much you can
to
learn. There's so much inspiration you can get. You know what I mean? When you're in those type of buildings and those type of environments, man, you just draw. You know, no pun intended. No pun
yeah,
intended, right? But you just draw from, your surroundings.
100, 100, 100, man. And it adds to the growth, man. Like like what you're doing with the 3M, that is so fire, B, because one, you took a risk. You said, oh, this is a different type of fabric. I mean, this is a different type of printing material. It may or may not work. But who the hell wants to sit on may not?
Not me.
You know what I mean? Like, so when I see you flashing on your tees, I'm like, what the fuck it's about?
Yeah, that's
You see,
actually what this one does. If we were to flash this
yeah,
shit, this should have, you know what I mean?
yeah.
Illuminate.
And the thing is you took a risk. One, you took a risk starting the company. Two, you took a risk
Definitely.
with different materials. You're supposed to. One, yeah, cool, it separates you from everybody else, but you're not gonna know if it works unless you do it. You know what I
No,
mean?
no risk, no reward, man. I'm really doing this to be honest with you. Like, it's bigger than a t-shirt and a hat, right? With me,
100.
it's more so about the movement and the message, right? Minority Millionaires. And when you go to the website, the first thing you're gonna see is what Minority Millionaires is about and what it represents. But the way I market and promote it is with merchandise, with product. This is not what? Yeah, this is not a t-shirt. Yeah,
Not a
definitely
feature.
get that book. Absolutely. This is not a t-shirt.
Nah,
So it's
yo, let me
really,
know. Let me know and I'll drop it off to you.
yeah, if you're done with it, absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah.
I'd appreciate that. But it's bigger than a shirt and and a hat. What I tell people is that wearing the shirt and wearing the hat is how I market and promote it.
Mm-hmm.
Simple as that. But when you start getting into the message of what this logo represents and stands for and means, then the conversation gets that much deeper. And
And what you're doing is what a lot of people don't realize. You're creating the question.
right,
You know what I'm saying? You're creating the question. And nobody's gonna ask you about your brand if you don't wear it because they'll be like, what is that? You know what I'm saying?
exactly. It has to be in their faces, you know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
which is the main reason why it's important for us to invest some dollars into printing up merchandise, hats, t-shirts, jackets, hoodies. I mean, whatever it is, it has to be in people's faces. So, and that's where we're at with it right now, man. We're getting ready to launch, tomorrow, 5, 10, 20, Mother's Day. And then, we're off to the races, man. And we just going to keep feeding the beast. We got new products in the works, in the pipeline. And, it's an ongoing thing. And it's a never ending process, man. It's just like you come up with an idea, you're on, Adobe Illustrator, you're on Photoshop, put it together, or you getting somebody to put it together for you. Then from there, if you like it, now you move over to, you know, producing it. Boom. Now
Yeah.
you have the actual sample. You like it, you wear it, you take a picture of it. Boom. You know what? I want to mass produce this. Now you know, put it on the website or wherever it is you're marketing your materials. But you know, it's a lot, man. It's a lot that I'm learning.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't go to school for none of this. You know what I mean? I'm more of a self-taught individual as well. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And you learn really by trial and error. You know, you have to make mistakes in order to know what not to do.
You got
You know
to.
what I'm saying?
You got to.
Or
Like,
what to do better, pretty much.
yeah.
What to do better.
Yeah,
So
it's all a class, man. It's all education, man. A lot of people, hey, Lisa,
definitely.
what's going on? A lot of people not getting that, man. And you know, like it's funny, man, because like you said, like I wear our stuff because I design so I can wear it. It just happens to be that I feel there's 250,000 people out there who like what we make. You know what I'm
Hell yeah.
saying? But like you said, you wear it so people ask questions. I got people asking me like, yo, is that shoelaces hanging off the side of your name?
You see? You're
And I'm
right.
like,
Exactly.
yeah. And they be like,
It's the little details.
yeah. And are those stitches? That looks like a Timberland. Yeah,
It is.
that's what it's called, the new buck.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But nobody's gonna know unless somebody see it.
Right.
And it's like it's with me, it's double the pressure because I'm marketing a brand, but every design tells a story. So I have to market the shirt, and then I have to market that there's a story, and then I have to market how they weld together, and then people getting, oh yes, it's a story. So when you buy this shirt, know that there's gonna be one to follow.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So when you
Mm-hmm.
buy the graffiti tee, now when you bought the graffiti tee, you bought the tag. Now we have available the throw up, which is the next step to a tag.
Mm.
And then after the tag, what did we do? We did a sticker. We took it back to people tagging and doing some stickers. After that, I'm doing a wall. I'm doing a mural piece. So it's like you need to, you rock the stuff. So the way you start telling your story is you wearing it. Yo, what is that? I know what that is, and they don't know because you don't know them. You know the brand just started. So if they know what the brand is, you would know them. So I'm like, I get it, man. You rocking that joint right there, and you rocking it so they can just ask the question. Bigger than
Hold on.
yeah,
Let me put
yeah.
the light on. I went dark over here. Oh yeah, I flipped the camera. That's why. There we go. My fault. My fault.
No,
There we
it's
go.
cool.
There we go. I'm in the whip, man. Pardon me.
No. I feel you, baby. Yo, man, we
We
gotta
make
get the
it work
work
regardless.
get in.
By any means. By any means. We make it work regardless. There we go.
We gotta make the work get in the way the work get in, man.
Definitely. Definitely.
I mean, I understand. Like, I'm glad you explaining the process, man. A lot of people don't understand the process it takes to start a brand. That's why, like, my backdrop is that. You know what I mean? That's my dry erase board. It's an entire wall.
Come on.
You know what I'm
Organization,
saying?
man. You gotta see it, man. You have to
Like
see it.
you
You
gotta
have to
see it.
see it
Like,
to
you know what I'm
believe it.
saying? Like,
Mm-hmm.
my office, man, is sometimes my wife walk in and she be like, yo, I can't work in here. And I'm
See.
like, why? She like, I feel closed in. And I'm like, you know what? I don't, because
Motivation, definitely.
I see it's the word. Like, I got colors over there, I got fabrics over here, and it's funny, man, because I never envisioned this.
Mm.
Like this wasn't part of the plan.
Right. Right.
Like,
Well, it is now. Right. Well, it is now.
like nobody wanted to do the album cover when I did my first album, and that's the first time I downloaded Photoshop, and now I get paid to play with Photoshop.
Look at that.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you never know. That's why, like, a lot of people, man, they don't want to hear that, but you just got to keep going. Yeah, but I don't know. It doesn't matter if you don't know, man.
Marathon
Just keep going.
continues. Right.
Yeah,
You
just
don't know
keep
now,
going,
but
man.
eventually you will.
100%. 100. A lot of people don't get it, man. Yo, broski, I ain't even know this. I didn't even realize we're hour and a half in, man.
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to
Yeah.
give more the jewels or you want to take part two on this, man.
Yeah, man. It's whatever, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To me, we just on camera. You know
Exactly.
what I mean? We just showing our
Speaking into
faces this
existence
time
and put
around.
the work in. Huh?
Speak it into existence and put the work out, and it shall
That's
happen.
that's
That's it,
exactly.
man.
Exactly.
Consistently, consistently. It's not about doing it once. It's not about doing it twice. It's about, you know, 1, 2, 3, and so on and so forth, man. You keep it going. You know what I'm saying? And don't worry about a product or an idea being perfect, man. Just get it started, and then it'll perfect itself over time.
Yo, and it's funny, man, cause like when I was researching the hundreds, they always had dope designs. They still do. And Bobby Hunter said the two designs that blew the company up. One was a paisley design they did on the hoodie, who they didn't even know would blow up. He's like, yo, I didn't even like the design. And when I put it on the hoodie, he was like, yo, this shit sold so much that we had to give back half the money to the customer. We had to refund half the customers because it was too many orders. He
I mean,
said,
that's a good thing.
yeah, he said the next design that blew him up and took him to a whole nother level was he
Hmm.
was like, yo, was a basketball t-shirt.
Wow.
He was like, we're not even an athletic wear company. He goes, I made a basketball t-shirt and the shit blew up.
Mm.
I'm like, but you know what? That's a testament. Like, you have to speak it, but you have to be active in making it happen. You
Right.
never know what's gonna happen. You just have to keep doing it. You know what I'm saying? And it's
Keep doing
well,
it.
yeah,
Exactly.
you gotta be that's like the t-shirt I just told you we just made. It says um it said hope is an action.
I like that. Say that again.
Hope is an action.
There you
A
go.
lot of people like, no, it's not. I'm like, so you're just gonna sit on your ass and wait for it to happen? Or you're gonna
Listen,
sit there,
good luck. Good luck with that.
you're
Good
gonna
luck with
sit there,
that.
you're gonna hope it's gonna happen, you're gonna put prayer into it, and then you're gonna wake up and say, I'm still gonna start the process. I'm gonna be active in making sure this happens. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And some I don't get it, but I guess that's why we here. That's why you and I here. That's why Soup here. That's why Daniel here. That's why we all here because we're
Shout out to
doing
Dano,
it. We're
man.
being it.
Definitely, man. Bridges
We're
coming
being
soon. Yeah, my
exactly.
bad.
We're
My bad.
being it, and we're showing them. We're hopeful that it happens, but we're not sitting still waiting. We're doing it.
Right. You know, A&R, man. That's a term you hear in the music business all the time, right?
Hmm.
But it stands for artist and repertoire. But you know, to me, you know, it's a little different. It has a different meaning. A&R to me means actions and results.
Ooh. So A&R for you goes in with P&E with me. You got to plan and execute. Don't
I
just
mean,
plan that shit.
listen, I think right. No, I think we stumbled upon two new T-shirts right there. You know what I'm saying? So
That's a
stay
DL
tuned.
and collab right there.
Stay tuned, man. You know what I mean? So you know, conversations, you know, create ideas, and you know, if they're good enough, they'll come to life. So I definitely see that actions and results. I definitely see that plan and execute. You know, coming soon, man. Summer's around the corner. Yeah, it's about that time, man. And it's really about the message, man. So, you know, like I said, man, I got a couple things coming, man, with Minority Millionaires. It's not just this, it's not just the words written out. You know, I got a couple ideas we're playing with right now as we speak. You know, and I don't want to give everything away, but you know, log on tomorrow, you're gonna see what it is, man. And we're gonna keep coming. Keep
There it
coming,
is.
keep coming, keep coming. You know what I'm saying? Like
There it is.
it's not about getting started, man. It's about staying the course. You know what I
Yep,
mean? Because
maintaining and growing.
and again, it's not again, you know, to repeat what I said, it's not about starting. It's not about how you start, it's about how you finish. You know what I'm saying? And you know, tomorrow's a new day, man. 5, 10, 20.
Tomorrow's a new day, and it's a new day. You think?
Absolutely.
It's the beginning. It's the closing of one chapter and the start of the next one.
Yeah, and this is really about me taking a gamble on myself, man. You know what I'm saying? And if you're not willing to do that, then nobody's gonna do it for you. If you don't believe in yourself, nobody's gonna believe in you as well. You know what I mean? Starts with you. It starts with you. You know what I mean? It starts within. You know, you have to look
Yeah.
yourself in the mirror and figure out what it is you want to, what mark you want to leave. You know what I'm saying? How do you want to be remembered? You are this. We are the CEOs of our last name, and I've heard that from you know, from somebody not that long ago, man. But we are the CEOs of our last names. It's what legacy we want to leave behind. You know, what is our purpose? You know, what are we here doing? You know, how do we want to be remembered? You know what I'm saying? And I have a big family, fortunately enough, and you know, I'm grateful for that because I'm really nothing without them. And you know, everything I do is for them. You know what I mean? Every move that I make is with them in mind. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
you know, I really, you know, I'm on the front lines, sacrificing and risking everything I got, you know, to make their lives easier. Even though they might not see it or understand it at this point, you know, because it takes time, you know, to see it and for it to actually happen. But when it does happen, they're gonna understand, you know, why I was moving the way I was moving, or why I was doing the way, you know, what I was doing,
Yeah.
and things of that nature, man. Because it's not something that happens one day to the next. This is, you know, weeks,
Yeah.
days,
It's a
hours,
process.
minutes, seconds, months, you know,
It's
excuse
a
me, of
process.
exactly. So, you know, like I said, this is, you know, something, well, this particular thing, Minority Millionaires, is something that, you know, came into, you know, was an idea. It was a conversation I had with a buddy of mine. And, you know, we were sitting in the car, we went out to lunch one day, and, you know, we were having a conversation, and he was in school at the time to be a computer software engineer, I think. And you know, he's Puerto Rican. So, how many computer software engineers you know that are Puerto Rican
Yeah.
that you know personally? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
Right. You know, that's a problem though. That
Yeah.
is a problem. You know what I'm saying? There should definitely be more of us in those areas. You know, and you know, where we come from is just like we're really led to believe or taught. You know, sports and entertainment is it for us.
That's it.
And I'm not knocking that, but nah, not everybody can be a professional basketball player. No, not everybody can make it to the NBA or to the NFL or to professional baseball or whatever it is. Not everybody can be a rapper or a singer or a big time producer. Not everybody can. This is a very small percentage. You know, it's just like the lottery. Not everybody playing is going to win.
Yep. And
So
and
what is your
and for
plan
me
B?
personally,
What
I
is
ain't
your
here to
plan B?
entertain you, bro.
Me
You
neither.
know what I mean? Yeah.
That's
I'm
why
not. I'm not here to entertain you. A lot of
that's
them,
why I'm
they
mostly
just want
heard
to
it.
entertain. Yeah.
Right, that's why I'm mostly heard and really seen. Like I don't do this live shit. Like I don't really. You might see a picture of me here and there, but other than that, man, I'm behind the scenes, man. I'm working on the next thing. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? All that
Yeah.
limelight and all that other shit, man. Leave that for the youngsters.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm over here trying to, you know what I mean, create this empire, man.
Working.
Right,
Working.
right. Working nonstop, consistently. And it's about working on myself too, man. Personally, it's not just about, you know, things that you can obtain, things you can buy, you know, that's cool, but you really have to perfect who you are and understand who you are, more importantly, and work on
Yeah.
that every day. You know what I'm saying? And
And
you know,
yeah.
being a
And
better
that's the
person,
life.
man, and being, you know, helping, you know, being a better person in society where you know, you can actually be in position to help the next person. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean?
Mm-hmm. 100%. And I've learned a lifelong quest journey. Like, you always, I really don't like when people be like, well, this is just the way I am. No, that's the way you want to be.
Right, right, right,
Like,
right.
I mean, first of all, physically, your body changes every 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
So you can live your entire life without allergies, and when you turn 50, have allergies. That's because
That's a fact.
that's because the area that you're in changes. So your body chemistry changes to your environment.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, if your body changes to the environment, who's around you is your environment now.
Mm-hmm.
You're
Mm-hmm.
gonna change. So if you're around five criminals and you're a Harvard student, you eventually gonna become what you're around. If you're a criminal and you're around five Harvard graduates, you're gonna turn into where you at.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's because it's the elevation of people. Like that. That's evolution. That's just how you grow. You know what I'm saying? But I hate when people like, yo, but this is just how I am. No, that's how you want to be, bro. Like I get it all the time. Like I get dudes to be like, yo, you changed. Yeah. Nah, son, you don't understand. You changed. No, my man. I know I changed. It's called growing.
You're supposed to.
Like, yeah, oh, like you moved out the hood and you. I'm like, but yo, the hood is a stepping stone. Like it's, and I don't mean that to be like step on the hood. A hood is the basis. You're supposed to grow from there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, bruh, the hood made me everything I am today. But I sat back and said to myself, I don't want to stay here.
At
As a
all.
matter of fact, I don't want none of us to stay here.
Right. Trust me, I'm in the same boat, bro. We've been
Oh,
in the hood our whole lives, man. You know what I mean? You want to get away from that, man, as you get older, man. You want more space, you want more peace. You know what I mean? You just want to chill. You just want to zone out. You just want to vibe. You just want to be comfortable. You know what I mean? You don't want to deal with the everyday hustle and bustle, the madness, the you know, the loud, you know what I mean?
and the
You know,
animosity, and
right, right on
it's
top of that. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, and it's like you know, like I talk, like I was talking to one of my people from Jersey City. We was talking one day, right? And he was like, "Yo, D, how come people from New York think they're better for people than people from Jersey?" And I was like, "You talking about the city? You talking about like the five boroughs?" He was like, "Yeah." I was like, "It's not, man." I was like, "Look, nobody from New York think they tougher than anybody from Jersey."
Mm,
I was like, "But the matter is the animosity level is higher." He was like, "I don't get that." I was like, "Yo, if you go to Greenville, right? You go to Greenville, Jersey City, and let's talk 1 square block. I mean, how many people you got living on that 1 square block?"
right.
He's like a hell of a lot of people. I was like, "Give me a number." He's like, "Yo, there might be like 1,000 people live on that one block." I'm like, "Yo, where I grew up in the Bronx, 1 square block, they may very well be like 5,500 people. There's 2 bodegas.
Mm-hmm.
That means there's literally 24 gallons of milk. There's 36 packages of bread." I was like, "You got somebody living upstairs here that got 5 people. You're going to be angry because they're making noise. Not that they want to, but
Right.
I was like, so it's not that people from New York think people are better than people in New Jersey or
Mm-hmm.
Brooklyn. It's that the anxiety level is higher because there's more people packed into a smaller area." I was like, "Yo, you go to Compton, you go to Watts, like it may be the same thing because there may be more people." I was like, "When you do this, everything in Jersey City is 2, 3 levels. Yeah, everything in New York is 5 and 10 levels."
Easy.
I was like, "So when you go into the projects and you like, yo, why they so aggressive? Because they all live in the same spot." I'm like, "Yo, if you look at Queensbridge, yo, Queensbridge
Mm.
is crazy. Yo, Queensbridge got a pre-K, a grammar school, a high school, and a junior college in it.
That's crazy. Within itself.
Queensbridge, Queensbridge got the laundromats, the supermarkets. You got you never have to leave the projects." I'm like, "Yo, that wasn't on purpose?
Of course it was.
How you not gonna be mad when you seeing somebody from kindergarten to y'all 60?
That's
You see the
crazy.
same group of people." I was like, "Yo, there's nothing wrong with being around certain people, but when you feel that you're not growing, that shit tends to sit on you." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's crazy.
And we in a position now to come into these neighborhoods and tell these kids, "Nah, little bro, you're not supposed to be here forever. You're not."
But the
You know what
problem
I'm
is,
saying?
when you're in those type of environments, you're living on, public housing, you're living on public assistance, everything is given to you. So people get so content and so comfortable with everything being done for them, everything being given to them. That's it. They don't want nothing else.
No.
They don't want to better themselves. They don't want more for themselves. They rather just milk the system. And that
And
has happened so many times. And then, that is the cycle that we have to break. that is a cycle we have to break because we come from generations of that. You know what I'm saying? And one of us has to step out and do better for our people. Because if
Yeah,
not, then history is going to continue to repeat itself.
yeah, yeah. And it's like, I was telling my man, um, there's not enough of us in those places to inspire them. I told him, I was like, yo, you know what's weird? Well, I think it's weird. When I was young, you're too comfortable at times. Like I hit word. Like I was telling my man, I was like, yo, when I was young, I thought rich people were white. He was like, I need more, D. I was like, when I grew up in the Bronx and I grew up in Greenville and JC, I was like, when I kept going back and forth, the only dudes I saw with nice cars were either drug dealers or the people on TV.
Right?
I was like, so with
Right.
only seeing that, why would I sit there in grammar school and say to myself, I want to be a CEO. I want to be an executive. I want to be a financial analyst. Why?
Mm-hmm.
I don't see
Mm-hmm.
that. They don't exist where I live. I was like, so I need to go right back into the hood and I need to go speak to these kids. I was like, but I don't have to live in the hood to do that.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And
Mm-hmm.
and that's the thing, like a lot of these people who are comfortable, they're comfortable because they only see their likeness doing the same thing they're doing. When they
Right.
see their likeness doing something different, it's a whole new world. I thought it was so
Man.
important that Meek Mill said, yo, let's stop buying chains and let's stop buying cars and let's stop buying properties. Let's turn that into a challenge. Yeah. Yeah.
What
But you
what
know what?
happened to that though? What happened to that? I mean, I was all for that, man. I support that 1,000,000%, man, because we need to stop all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like people do things more for attention than they do for, respect. Respect. I don't care
Yeah,
about having the biggest chain. That shit is stupid. God
I'm with you.
forbid you lose that shit, you get robbed for it, you get stuck up for it. Then what?
Or even let's talk on the level that your mind and my mind is that a liability or is that an asset? Is,
Exactly.
is
That
that a
say
loss?
say the chain was excuse me, say the chain was 5,000, 10,000, 20,000, whatever it is. You know how much you could have took that 5, 10, 20, invested that in stock, invested that in a startup, invested that in a family owned business, got a food truck, got a laundromat, got this, got that.
You could have
And
caught
now your
duplex.
money's working for you,
Yeah, yeah.
right? Now your money's working for you. Now you just created something that 10, 20 years down the road, if you maintain it and keep it for that long, you can pass it along to a family member, to a son, to a relative, to a daughter, to a niece, to a nephew, or you can go ahead and continue to expand that. Now I got one laundromat, I got one restaurant. Now we turn that one into two, to three, to four, to four. Now you know what? We came up with a name and a cool logo. Let's franchise it. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it's like, what are people really doing out here? And
Yo,
realistically, we can't really think about that. We can only think about what we're doing out here.
yeah. And I mean, I personally, and it's funny because there's a question I asked Soup the other day about global responsibility. I was blessed from youth. They want all the materialistic stuff in the hood and the other thing that made it just yeah. And but they have nobody to look up to. That's the thing. Like they don't see anybody like them. Like people don't think Jay-Z, like there's people who look at Jay-Z and they think they're not like Jay-Z because they're like, yo, but he's super talented, he's super smart. Like, why are you separating yourself? You know what I mean? He just had the drive. And a lot of people, that's what they need us to do. They need us to sit there in front of them, showing them. So I don't own a suit. I don't own a suit because like, what? This is my suit.
Yo, that's crazy that you even mentioned that, man, because you know, I had maybe two suits, a few. I mean, I still got a few blazers, but I told myself, yo, that's one thing I definitely got to step my game up in. You know what I mean? Because I want to walk into these corporate meetings and sit down with these executives. Now, I don't mind, even going back to what you were saying, I don't mean to, chop up
Yeah,
what I'm saying, but if I'm not wearing something of mine every day, I'm playing myself. I'm playing myself. I don't care if I wear this hat every day. You know, and I do wear it a lot. But you know what? It's mine. And if I'm not wearing something of mine every day, then how people, what good of a job am I doing telling people about the brand? What good of a job of leadership am I doing if I'm not even participating?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
get what I'm saying? So you
Like,
can't just talk it. You gotta walk it, bro. Every day.
yeah. Yeah.
Every day.
That's like I had, and I'm not really trying to, you know me, JB. I ain't trying to throw names out there. I don't do that. I'm at a meeting one day with when I was working on when I was consulting one of my Wall Street clients, right? So he's like, "Yo, this is when we did the Daryl Strawberry movie." And after I was sitting there, I was project manager. After being project manager, and we finished the production, it was my responsibility to help in the marketing, right? So my man that I was working with, that was my client, he owned a Wall Street firm, an
Okay.
investment firm. So he's like, yo, I got a client coming through and I want you to sit with him because he's in the film industry and I want y'all to talk.
So hold on,
I want him
book
to
him in the
see,
building. Let me show my boy
but
book him some love.
book
My
him in here.
dog, man.
So he's like, yo,
Alright.
I want him to talk to you. So I'm in a Wall Street firm, bro, with my Air Force Ones and my snap and my hoodie on.
Right.
So when
I
I
love
walk
that.
in,
I love that by the way. I love that by the way.
my man John, good looking, baby. My man John, he like, yo, I love that.
Dan,
So
I'm
my
talking
man,
about look like I'm about to go rob somebody. Yeah.
so my man John was like, yo, he's in a suit, it's his firm. He's like, yo, I love that you never change you. When I'm sitting down, the dude who sits next to me
Yeah.
is Doug Ellen. I mean,
That name
the
sounds familiar.
dude,
Doug. Go ahead.
the dude who created Entourage.
Look at that.
So I'm sitting down. When he's sitting next to me, he's like, hey, what's going on with Doug? So he look at my boy. My boy's like, why are you looking at me? And Doug is like, I came to have a meeting. He was like, not with me, with him. So he turns to me, goes, hey, what's going on, D? And he keep doing this. He's like, yo, stop looking at me. You're talking to him. So he was like, I'm sorry, man. I just get distracted with the hat and the hoodie. And I'm like, first of all, I'm smart when I wear a suit. Like, I'm only smart when I wear a suit. Like, the suit makes me smart.
Right.
Like, second of all, you're wearing a T-shirt with jeans and Asics. So the fact that you sitting here with a check, not a check.
Right.
The fact that you sitting here with a check
Big boy. Right.
means that you're capable of doing so when I'm not. You don't even know what my check look like. I you know what? I'm sorry. Not asking for sorry.
Right.
If you came here for information, I'm ready to divulge it into you. I need some things too, though, because your shit working. I was like, your shit working. I got questions. But the fact that you looking at me like the suit makes me smarter, I was like, bro, I don't know the suit. So that means this isn't artificial. What I know. It's not artificial. You know what I mean? So I was like, I'm like, a lot of people don't get that, man. And just like you, I wear it every day, man. Like, I wish I could pull out the closet, and I'm blessed that my entire closet says DeeLorri.
That's
My
fire.
whole drawer says DeeLorri. And I'm like, that's crazy. Because
That's
all I
a
want
blessing, bro. That's a
all I
blessing. I'm
wanted to do is make
inspired. That inspires me, man.
Yeah, I'm like, and all I wanted to do was make a tee. You know what I'm saying? Now I can go to my drawer and I got 45 t-shirts I can look at. And I say that to say that, bruh, you rocking the tee, you rocking a hoodie, you rocking. I don't dress for the meeting. I am the meeting. I'm not dressing for the meeting. You know what I'm saying? Yo, when you come over and speak to so many people, I need you to wear DeeLorri. That's all I'm wearing.
Exactly.
Because if you asking me to wear anything else, you can keep the check, bro. I'm good. I'm not changing who I am. I'm not changing my identity. I'm not changing who I am so I can sit there and pretend to be somebody else. It's not happening, bro.
Nah, right. Exactly.
Happening.
Take me as I am. This is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I know how to conduct myself. I don't have to put on a suit.
Yeah.
You know, I could sit down with the best of them. The only thing is that the reason why I mentioned about, you know, having a selection and a variety is because, you know, in a city council meeting, say you got to go meet with the mayor, say you got to go meet with chief of police, say you got to go meet with, you know, CEO, or, you know, you want to feel like, you know, when you walk into that room, you command that respect.
Mm-hmm.
And when you wear, you know, you come in on some hip hop shit, hat to the back, you know, hoodie, baggy jeans, sneakers, or whatever the case may be, those type of people will look at you like, who is this guy? What is he doing here? You know what I'm saying? But when you walk in there on some suit and tie, briefcase, you know what I mean? It just, you just presenting yourself in a different manner where it's kind of like you're on an equal playing field, so to
Now,
speak.
with that being said, let me ask you a question. They're calling you into the meeting, right?
Right.
Why are they calling you into the meeting?
I mean, there's definitely something for us to discuss.
Look, but they're calling you.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
if they're calling you and they can't accept you, that might not be the deal you want. I'm now again. This is my mind. Like I'm telling you, like I'm telling you, the mayor calls me. I'm not putting a suit on.
Right.
I might put my DeeLorri button down on, but I'm not putting anything that I don't wear. You know what I'm saying? Not Daniel. Just you have to dress for the occasion. Who created the dress code for the occasion? That's my mind. Like, why I gotta dress like you to be like me? You see what I'm saying? Now
Yeah.
he said you have to dress to the occasion until you're the occasion.
Right. Right.
If
Right.
me personally, if I have to change me to be there, peace,
Mm. I
peace.
mean, yeah. I mean, that's like a, you know, it can go either way. It depends on what the meeting's for. You know, it depends on who you meeting with. You know what I'm saying? Like if it's a formal event, you know, lunch or brunch or dinner, of course you got to play the part. You know what I'm saying? You got to
Mhm.
just, you know, you got to dress, you know, the way they're expecting you to dress. But if it's on some, you know, degular, then I don't expect you to, you know, dress out of character if that's not who you are or how you ordinarily dress.
They never asked Steve Jobs to wear a suit.
He never, I haven't seen him one, to be honest with
We back. So
you. How long?
what I
2 hours?
wanted to
2 hours? 2 hours?
yeah we are 2 hours,
Man,
bro.
this shit is light work, bro. We could go for two more, you know what I'm saying? But
Exactly.
you know, even if it's two people or 200 people, man, it's just like, you know, I'm engaged in this conversation. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. I was just looking at the stats, bro. Because each of them I posted to my live,
Okay.
so they're available. And we did some numbers, kid. We did like 45, 50 people, which is the biggest audience we've had since we
Come
started.
on, man. Let's double that next go round. Let's do 90, 100, and then, you know, 100, 200, and then, you know, so on and so forth, bro. But, you know, even if it's just, you know, us, man, even if it's just me and you, I appreciate your time. You know, I
Thank you, bro.
appreciate the conversation, you know, and, you know, we here, bro. You know, anything you need, you know what it is. Shout out to my boy Weave in the building. I see you, bro. But yeah, man, you know, the future's looking bright, brother. You know, we really just getting started. And we're gonna come out of this whole situation, man, bigger, better, and stronger. You know, I appreciate what you're doing. I salute what you're doing. You know, I'm
Thank you, bro.
inspired and motivated by what you're doing, man. And just keep it up,
Thank you.
bro. You know what I'm saying?
Thank
Keep
you.
it up. You
Absolutely.
know what I'm saying?
Appreciate you for coming on. Official Layla, thank you for hanging with us the whole two
Yo, for
hours.
real, she a real one, man. A lot of love for that girl, man. For real.
That's
Shout
what's
out
up.
to
I
the Bronx.
appreciate you for that, man.
Keep holding
Means
it
a
down,
lot.
man. Keep your head up.
And man, exactly means a lot. Thank you so much for chilling with us, man.
Hell yeah.
So bro, thank you for coming on, man. Yo, the conversation was dope, and I keep telling everybody these hour convos don't really work. They go on, and it's a blessing to have all this information being expounded onto everybody, man. And everybody that was on, dope. Appreciate you. Love all y'all. And I want to finish this the way we finish it.
Yeah,
My
yeah,
brother,
yeah,
everything you said
absolutely.
and everything you stand for, that's exactly why DeeLorri fits in your lifestyle, brother.
Come on now, let's get it, man. Over and out.
All right, brother. Peace and
All right,
blessings,
brother.
man.
Bless.
Thank you, brother.
All right.